Please, welcome to Star Recaps and don't forget to subscribe. Jurassic World Dominion is a 2022 American science fiction action film. It is the sequel to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, 2018, the sixth installment in the Jurassic Park franchise, the final film in the Jurassic World trilogy, and the conclusion to the storyline started in the original Jurassic Park trilogy. In the opening scene we can see a fishing ship being taken down by an aquatic dinosaur known as Mosasaurus. A journalist is reporting on the problems being faced by humans due to dinosaurs. 4 years after the volcanic destruction of Isla Nublar and the Lockwood Estate incident, those survived dinosaurs were transported to mainland and now they are freely roaming among humans. A girl is being chased by some small dinosaurs called microraptors. A couple's marriage is being interrupted by a flying dinosaur called pterosaurs. There is rampant on the roads and the cities. Pterosaurs perching on a skyscraper is quite a view. As the dinosaurs are spreading across borders, black market is also increasing. The journalist also mentions about biosyn genetics, which expresses about solving the current dinosaur problems. Actually it is going to be opposite. She also reports on a missing clone girl named Maisie Lockwood. She is the clone daughter of Jurassic Park co-founder Benjamin Lockwood. She concludes saying that is it possible for both human and dinosaur to coexist together. In the next scene, Claire Deering, former operations manager of Jurassic World, works to protect dinosaurs from illegal breeding organizations. While trying to save a baby Styracosaurus, they are being chased by some illegal breeders. After going through some troubles they succeeded in saving the young one. In Sierra Nevada, Owen Grady and his men are seen trying to capture a Parasaurolophus. They are herbivore and harmless. After a long chase, Owen succeeds in catching one of them. He is a former velociraptor trainer, so he knows how to tame a dinosaur to some extent. He controls it and bring with him. He is seen by some mercenaries of Louis Dodgson, who is a corrupted CEO of Biosyn Genetics Corporation. In the next scene, we can see Maisie is wandering to a nearby town. There she sees some huge dinosaurs known as Brontosaurus. She is forbidden to go outside by Owen and Claire, who act as adopted parents. They are living in this remote house in Sierra Nevada. Here Owen and Claire is trying to keep Maisie safe, secretly from the world. Claire and Owen tried to make understand the situation to Maisie. But Maisie is frustrated from living in seclusion. Her patient is over and wants some freedom. On the other hand we can see Blue, which is a trained velociraptor of Owen, getting near to the cabin. She got a young one that was reproduced asexually. Dodgson's operative sees the Owens house and informs to the Dodgson. While in Texas, an extinct species of giant locust has reappeared and are seen destroying the crops and attacking children. After some time, paleobotanist Ellie Sattler arrives there and notices how the locusts avoid biosyn crops, leading Ellie to suspect that biosyn is breeding them. Biosyn is trying to control world's food supply. Ellie, who is now divorced, approaches paleontologist and former romantic partner Dr. Alan Grant, who agrees to help stop biosyn's operations. They headed out for biosyn and arrived at Pennsylvania, where they can see many captured dinosaurs being taken care before shifting to biosyn sanctuary. In Nevada, Blue's young one is seen coming near Maisie. She named this baby raptor as Beta and gradually establishes a bond similar to Owen and Blue's. There Blue also arrives, which terrifies Maisie. Owen comes out and signals the Blue to go away. Owen feels something is not right, so he starts following Blue. Maisie also wanted to come with him, but Owen orders her to stay inside the cabin. Maisie gets angry and go away from cabin with a bicycle. A Dodgson operative sees Owen going after Blue and Maisie coming out from the cabin. They are planning to kidnap both Maisie and Beta. While Owen is following Blue, he sees some operatives of Dodgson capturing the baby velociraptor. He can't save it. Meanwhile, Maisie is also kidnapped by the same operatives on a bridge. Owen sees them throwing away Maisie's bicycle. Owen and Claire immediately set off to rescue them. Before setting off, Owen promised to the Blue that he will bring her baby back. With the help of information supplied by Claire's government contacts, she and Owen track Beta and Maisie to Malta. Meanwhile, Alan and Ellie arrive at Italy for biosyn headquarters. They are invited by chaos theorist Ian Malcolm, who now works for biosyn, to secretly help investigate the company's practices. They are greeted by biosyn's communications director, Ramsey Cole, who also covertly opposes biosyn's operations and brings them to the headquarters. There they meet Louis Dodgson, who mentions the goal of the company is to save lives and not for profits. Then they meet Malcolm and got an access device from him. It is revealed that geneticist Henry Wu, who has also joined Biosyn, clandestinely bred and genetically modified the giant locust to consume rival crops, allowing Dodgson to dominate the crop seed market. But Wu realizes that these locusts is uncontrollable and pose a threat to global famine. So he wants to eradicate this dangerous insect. But Dodgson doesn't agree him. Instead he wants to control them for his own benefit, in contrast to what he said to the world. In order to make locusts controllable, Dodgson wants the DNA of Maisie and Beta. On the way of transporting Maisie and Beta, a cargo pilot named Kyla Watts sees Maisie being delivered to a woman. Owen and Claire arrive at Malta and they infiltrate a dinosaur black market. They see many variety of dinosaurs being used for different purposes. Kyla sees them and tells Claire that this place is not safe for her. Claire shows a photo of Maisie which Kyla recognizes it but says she doesn't want to get involved. Then, government authorities raid the market. Owen is chasing after the kidnapper. They gets in trouble with some dinosaurs. Before the kidnapper is killed by dinosaurs, he tells Owen about a lady who knows where the Maisie is. Then Claire spots this woman who releases some fierce velociraptors against government agents, which causes havoc. Claire chases her and have a fight, revealing Maisie and Beta are being taken to Biosyn headquarters in Dolomite Mountain ranges. Suddenly a raptor approaches them. The women make Claire as target using a razor light for the raptor. While she is being chased by the raptor, Kyla sees her and decided to help this time. Meanwhile, Owen is also make target for raptor by the same woman. Owen gets the information from Claire. They starts moving for Biosyn. But raptors are chasing both of them unstoppably. After a long chase they luckily survive and get into Kyla's cargo plane. Kyla delivers live cargo for market vendors and has access to Biosyn HQ. She agrees to fly Owen and Claire there. When Maisie and Beta are brought to Biosyn HQ, Wu tells Maisie that she was not actually cloned by her grandfather as she was told, but rather by Lockwood's daughter, Charlotte, Wu's former colleague at Engine Site B, who wanted a child and used her own DNA to create Maisie. Charlotte died from a genetic disease, but she had altered Maisie's DNA and eradicate the disease completely. Wu wants to stop the terrible mistake he has made by using Maisie's DNA. It is the giant locust outbreak he created for Dodgson. Inside the Biosyn facility, Ian and Ramsey help Ellie and Alan access a restricted lab. They steal a locust sample from the lab. Meanwhile, Maisie doesn't trust Dodgson. She releases Beta and tries to get out of the facility. By coincidence, Maisie meet Ellie and Alan and surprises to see them. They both also surprised to know she is Maisie Lockwood. They together start finding way out of the facility. Meanwhile, Owen, Claire and Kyla reach Biosyn airspace. Kyla requested for landing permission but denied by Dodgson's operatives. Dodgson knows it is the parents of Maisie, so he orders for attack. A group of pterosaurs attack Kayla's cargo plane. Claire ejects while Owen and Kayla barely survive a crash landing. In the Biosyn facility, Ramsey reveals himself and helps 3 of them in escaping the facility. Claire gets in trouble in landing site. She nearly escaped from a Therizinosaurus. Owen and Kyla are also attacked by a Pyroraptor, and they manage to survive from it. From the security cameras, Dodgson sees the intruders in Locust Lab and dismisses Malcolm for giving access key to Ellie and Alan. While Owen and Kyla is looking for Claire, they watch a short fight between Tyrannosaurus and Giganotosaurus for food. Later one overpowers and eats the dead deer. Meanwhile, Ellie, Alan and Maisie arrive at a maze of abandoned mine. They are attacked by some Spinosaurus. They are saved by Ramsey by opening the gate in time, where they find Malcolm. It's night time and Claire is surrounded by dinosaurs. When a Dilophosaurus is going to kill Claire, Owen arrives there and saves her. Dodgson knows Ellie and Alan get a sample of locusts. So, he decided to burn the locust lab to destroy all the evidence. But in his surprise, locusts are found to be very strong, unable to kill by fire easily. They become uncontrollable and escape the facility, breaking the ceiling, but they are still on fire. They all are shocked to see the swarm of locusts moving with fire burning on their bodies. Burning locusts start falling on the ground and sets the forest on fire, creating chaos. Ellie's group get in trouble from burning locusts and their vehicle meet an accident rolling down the hill. Luckily they all survive, and in their surprise they find Owen's group there. Claire and Owen are very happy to see Maisie. But suddenly a Giganotosaurus appears on the spot and starts terrorizing the group. They manage to escape from that giant dinosaur. Meanwhile, the forest gets fire everywhere. Dodgson gets angry and disappointed. He declares emergency and orders everyone to evacuate the facility. He also orders to call upon all the living assets, that is dinosaurs, to emergency containment area. All different kinds of dinosaurs start coming towards the facility containment area. On the other side, Owen and Ellie's group is planning for a way out the area. While the group is trying to get out, Owen sets out to find Beta the baby raptor because he made a promise to Blue. Meanwhile, Dodgson is also attempting to leave the facility with the dinosaur embryos via a hyperloop. Claire and Ellie go inside the power control room to deactivate primary power system in order to get air defense system online. As they switch off the primary power system, hyperloop stops and Dodgson gets trapped in the tunnel. Owen tranquilizes the Beta with help of Maisie and Alan and bring with him. Meanwhile, the primary system reboots and many locusts get alive and attack Claire and Ellie. They fight the locusts and Ellie tries to cut the wire. At last, they succeed in bringing AD's system online. On the other hand, Dodgson is trying to get out of the tunnel. But he is surrounded by 3 Dilophosaurus and gets killed. After the AD system gets online, Kyla gets access to a plane. All the groups reunite, and in their surprise Wu comes in and express his regrets, saying he can stop the locusts before it's too late. All of the air feeling hard to trust him except Maisie. She knows Wu is not the bad guy when they first meet. Kyla brings the plane in the compound area of the facility, but the place is filled with dinosaurs. They try to get inside the plane, but suddenly a Tyrannosaurus Rex comes in front of them. From behind, a Giganotosaurus is coming towards them. Then there is a deadlock between 2 giant creatures. 2 dinosaurs start fighting fiercely. The group is running and trying to escape the trouble. They luckily get to the plane, but Giganotosaurus defeats the other and moves attention on them. Kyla shoots a flare and distracts its attention to another dinosaur. It is a Therizinosaurus and starts fighting with Giganotosaurus. As usual, the larger one is again overpowering the new one. But, surprisingly, Tyrannosaurus Rex regains his senses and fights back. It becomes 2 against 1. Finally, Giganotosaurus is defeated and killed on the spot. Meanwhile, they all fly away from that area. Ellie and Alan renew their long-lost romantic relationship prior to joining Ian and Ramsey in testifying against Biosyn. Dr. Henry Wu releases a modified locust that carries a pathogen he discovered while studying Maisie and Beta, successfully eradicating the locusts. The United Nations declares Biosyn Valley a dinosaur sanctuary where they can live freely and safe from outside world. Kyla gets herself a new cargo plane. Then, we can see Owen, Claire and Maisie returning home bring Beta back to its mother. Blue comes in no time, hearing the sound of its baby. Blue and Beta reunite. Blue looks at the Owen with grateful eyes. Finally, around the world, dinosaurs adapt to coexisting with modern animals. Parasaurolophus are seen running along with horses. Pterosaurs are seen flying along with birds. A Mosasaurus is swimming alongside blue whales, and Styracosaurus are walking with elephants peacefully. This is the end of the film. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.